But let's start with a look inside Chicago's United Center, where in just a few hours we will witness the most important moment of Kamala Harris's political career. The vice president poised to accept the Democratic presidential nomination tonight, a day after President Clinton, Oprah Winfrey, and running mate Tim Walz spoke to a charged and excited DNC crowd about her credibility and urging voters to stay away from President Trump. On the street outside the United Center, a group of uncommitted delegates organized a sit-in, saying they would stay put until a Palestinian gets to speak at the convention. We've got team coverage right here in Chicago. Nick Smith is covering the massive protests. Joe Khalil is inside the United Center. Good morning to both of you. Joe, to you first. Plenty of speakers at the DNC with one common message: Kamala Harris is ready. What else did you see?
Yeah, and it's all building up to today, the final day when Kamala Harris is going to accept the party's nomination. The historic nature of her candidacy certainly not lost on the speakers last night, from a lot of the rising stars in the party to serious celebrity star power yesterday to Tim Walz, her pick for her vice presidential nominee as well. All of it, though, with one common message: that she is ready, that she is capable for the job.
Soon and very soon, we're going to be teaching our daughters and sons about how this child of an Indian mother and a Jamaican father, two idealistic, energetic immigrants, how this child grew up to become the 47th president of the United States.
We need Kamala Harris, the president of joy.
Celebs and presidents praising Kamala Harris for tenacity, experience, and commitment to justice. Tonight, Kamala Harris will have the opportunity to sell herself to the American public.
For a country of freedom, compassion, and rule of law.
Harris is expected to share her own story Thursday about her middle-class upbringing, her work as a prosecutor, the risks, as she sees them, of a second Trump presidency, and the promise of America driven by patriotism. Her acceptance speech follows a lively third night of entertainers and passionate addresses from former Speaker Nancy Pelosi, various rising stars in the party, and of course, Tim Walz, accepting the vice presidential nomination and introducing himself to the nation.
So there I was, a 40-something high school teacher with little kids, zero political experience, and no money, running in a deep red district. But you know what? Never underestimate a public school teacher.
He delivered a message focused on decency, being neighborly, and a Kamala Harris agenda moving the country forward. And he closed in full coach mode.
1 inch at a time, 1 yard at a time, 1 phone call at a time, 1 door knock at a time, 1 $5 donation at a time. Look, we got 76 days. That's nothing. There'll be time to sleep when you're dead. We're going to leave it on the field.
So, Henny, he gave a pretty lively speech there, but for a lot of people watching at home, what stole the show were his children, particularly his son Gus, getting very emotional, looking around, and you could see his lips yelling, you know, "That's my dad," just the pride there as he was crying, really moved, I think, a lot of people. It reminded me covering the RNC when Donald Trump's granddaughter took the stage and really humanized him in a way we hadn't seen from other family members or surrogates before. So a lot of times they lean into the kids. That generally tends to work and soften their image up with the public, and certainly that was the case again last night.
I think you said it right. It makes them seem more human. Also, the crowd seemed to love those sports analogies as well, Joe.
They did. He goes into coach mode pretty well. That's an easy transition for him. And, yeah, it seemed like everyone here was eating it up.
I love it. All right, Joe Khalil, live at United Center. Thank you so much.